Solomon, Rico's got some bad news.
Make my day.
There's an irate mob on the outskirts of Lima.
From the village where we dug up the mummy.
All right, let's put our backs into it. Apúrate! We'll strap it down and we're out of here.
It's Professor Ruiz. He's gone totally crazy. He came in late last night. Someone saw him opening the mummy bundle.
It's been antsy since the dig site. I told him not to touch anything until we got back to the lab in New York.
Everything all right, Dr. Zahn?
Professor, it's Dr. Zahn.
The Khan violated the laws of nature, Dr. Zahn.
Professor, whatever it is, we can handle it. Just open the door. What are you doing?
Solomon, move!
The mummy's curse will exterminate us all.
You can. Just break it down! Break it down! Professor, open the door! We can help you! Professor! No!
Hopefully the sulfide preservative has suspended any further deterioration.
Well, let's find out.
After all these years, it's hard to imagine the mummy is in our hands.
Miss Giscard, I wasn't expecting you.
Congratulations, Dr. Zond. Celadine is very excited about the discovery. You've managed to solve a 3,000-year-old mystery and make me look good for hiring you.
Well, thank you very much. It wasn't easy. We were expecting an elaborate tomb fit for a man of his stature, but there wasn't even a sarcophagus. We just found him in the ground. The burial bundle was opened before we left Peru. Your man, Ruiz, violated our agreement.
And have we determined exactly what happened to the professor?
Well, there's nothing in his medical history to suggest seizures or schizophrenia. It could have been something as simple as a snake bite. But we also found woven tapestries buried with Takan and a mass grave site next to his burial spot. So we're studying that to see if there's any...
I don't believe in ancient curses, if that's where you're going.
I was going with forensics.
Oh.
Look, Ms. Giscard, I was very specific. No one was to open the bundle until we brought it here.
And I can assure you that no one at Celadine gave that directive to the professor. We believe this pre-Incan method of preserving human tissue is going to have an immeasurable impact on cancer research, and we wouldn't want anything to get in the way of making that possible.
Nor would we.
Good. Then I'd like to arrange the transfer of the remains to our research center.
No. I'm sorry. There are too many unanswered questions regarding the mummy and Ruiz's death to let this go without further study.
Legally, I can claim ownership and remove it at any time.
Well, legally, as a doctor of forensic archaeology, I have a license to quarantine Takan for as long as I deem scientifically necessary. So, if you would like to bring me a court order for his transfer, I suggest you start the paperwork.
The remains. I want to see them.
Sure. Okay.
Takan, the ancient genius.
Mummies. Always trouble.
so busy worrying about your rope and your harness, you know, and your axe, because you don't know if you're holding it in your hands because they're so numb. You can't feel anything, right? So meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, I'm on this ice wall in the middle of Antarctica, right? And I can't see the top, no way. And the bottom, it's not gonna happen. So I didn't know if I was gonna fall, 50 feet or 500.
It was 50.
Yeah, whatever. Vanessa, this is Calvin. Works for my dad, Calvin. This is the lovely Vanessa.
Yeah, Calvin and I hung out last night. So, what are you guys, are you here on vacation?
Sort of. Nico was given this trip by his dad for just doing so well his first semester of home study. It wasn't easy either. He had a very academically demanding high school tutor.
High school? Wow, that's really young for an archaeologist.
It is really young. It is very young to be an archaeologist, isn't it? But Nico here, he just, takes after his father, who also happens to own the business, so.
Well, he also noticed my very deep commitment to the study of ancient civilizations. So.
Right. So he gave up his dream of starting a boy band and came on board.
Yeah, well, obviously, my father felt he had enough bookish techies in the office. He felt like he needed a little bit of support in the field, you know? I'm saying that's where youth and vitality can be a very big plus.
I can definitely see that.
And STEM, of course. Hey, what's up?
Sorry to bother you, sir, but do you by any chance have another credit card? We're having a bit of a problem.
Problem? What's the problem?
Your card was declined.
What do you mean it was declined?
Juliet, look at that. All the bodies in the mass grave were burnt.
That's so interesting because the Incas don't burn their dead. That would be in total violation of their belief system.
It gets better. I just got the data back on the bone fragments we removed. Half of those charred skeletons are over 3,000 years old, just like Takan.
And the other half?
No more than 2 years old.
2 years, are you sure?
We even found traces of fibers from clothing. So unless our pre-Incans wore polyester and sneakers...
What about the tapestries? Any luck with the translation?
Well, add this to the troublesome list. Tekon's tribe never had a written language. They tied knots as a form of communication, mostly for record keeping on long strands of wool threads called cupis. But the ones that were buried with Tekon don't correspond to anything that's ever been translated before.
From what I've learned about Takan, he was the Da Vinci of his time. Centuries ahead in his thinking. Perhaps this is some sort of rudimentary language that he's experimenting with.
Can it be cracked?
Can it be cracked?
All right, while you're at it, why don't you figure out why a nobleman like Tekon was buried like a peasant, will you? Hello?
Hey, Dad.
Nicholas, how's it going? You having fun?
It's good. It's really good. Actually, there's something that's sort of not so good. Well, this place, Dad, is like really, really overpriced, and a pizza here is like, I don't know, $1 zillion.
What are you trying to say, son?
Nothing. Easy. No, I was just, making an observation. That's all, and it's probably the reason why my credit card is maxed.
Ah, I see. How much?
I think, not much at all. It's like 12. It's maybe 1,200, give or take more. But, Dad, listen, you said have a good time, right? And
I said good, not fabulous. There's a limit on that card for a reason, and you knew your budget.
Well,
No, forget it. You're gonna have to figure a way to handle this yourself. I'm not bailing you out this time, you got it?
I know, Dad, but...
Goodbye.
Dad?
What? That's the right thing to do, right? It's a good lesson for him. He's got to learn to stick to a budget.
When's the last time you stuck to a budget?
Mr. Private Jet.
I heard that.
The well-preserved lungs. The mouth, wide open as if gasping for air. Most likely buried alive. The absence of traditional cotton wrap or any ceremonial garment supports the finding that the subject was buried naked and hastily. Significantly, traces of the stomach and intestines still present. The body was not embalmed, yet appears to be mummified nonetheless. Curiouser and curiouser. Obtaining tissue sample by brachioradialis.
Always some damn problem with you older men.
Kelodyne didn't seem too broken up over Rueth's death, so I did some checking. They've been looking for Takan for a long time, funding variations of our expedition since the early 60s. Sylvie Giscard's promotion was based on her promise to finally deliver the mummy.
Why are they so interested in this mummy? I mean, every time they're around, I get this feeling that this really isn't about cancer research.
I'm beginning to have my doubts. A buddy of mine at the SEC tells me Kelodyne needs a multi-billion-dollar score fast. The stock is tanking because their new drug development didn't deliver as promised, and they got nailed for adjusting their quarterly reports. We're talking major fraud at the highest levels.
What the hell are we in bed with here?
Okay, all I'm proposing is that we create some type of an arrangement whereby I can provide a service that can be applied towards my current debt. And, excuse me for saying this, but I have noticed a conspicuous lack of qualified snowboarding instructors around here. No, and, well, with all modesty, I'm pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Buddy, huh? You can loan me the money, it won't be any problem. Just do your job, all right? Be good.
Hey, Maggie. Maggie? Are you all right?
Get Solomon.
Hey, Dr. Zond? It's Maggie. Something's wrong.
What's going on, Maggie?
It seems old Takan was carrying some kind of germ. I've been watching it for the last few hours. It is the fastest replicating virus I have ever seen. Take a look. A virus this strong could kill a person in a matter of days. Maybe hours.
That would explain the thousands of bodies burned in that pit.
Containment of a killer outbreak.
Professor Ruiz must have been exposed when he opened the bundle that morning.
He knew he was infected, so he burned himself trying to contain the spread.
All right, well, what are we looking at exactly, Maggie? Is this a tissue sample?
No. It's blood.
There's no blood left in that mummy.
I know. It's mine.
Oh my God.
I was careless. I've been exposed. Now we know what mummified the great Takan. This virus turns host cells into human dust, and then becomes airborne. Damned efficient means of transmission, huh? Don't worry, I've sealed up the lab, but the potential for a devastating outbreak is right here in this building. And I'm patient zero.
The medical community needs to be made aware of this immediately. Now, our colleague has been quarantined, but God forbid it gets released. We could have an outbreak on our hands of pandemic proportions.
Dr. Zond, Kelodyne appreciates you did the right thing and came to us first. There are many things to evaluate.
No. One of the only people in the world that I trust completely, a first-rate scientist, has identified a megavirus that could wipe out millions of people. Now, we need to alert the Center for Disease Control, state health officials, maybe even FEMA. Are you gonna make that call, or should I?
Just give me 5 minutes. The situation is too crucial. I wouldn't want to make any mistakes. All I'm asking for is 5 minutes.
What is she hiding? There is no reason not to call the CDC.
Maybe there is. I pulled this from her folder.
Anachem.
They're a small biotech company with a large international clientele. If you're looking for the next big thing in biological warfare, that's where you do your shopping.
They're working with Kelodyne?
It appears so. They're a subsidiary. If they can break down the virus and come up with an antibody, then they got the whole biobomb package.
Sell the plague. Make a fortune.
Sell the cure, make even more.
Jeez.
She said 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, their security can seal this place off completely. Time to go.
I want that mummy. Send your operatives into their location now. We'll keep these two here.
You may need to do
I'm not interested in details. I want results. They're gone.
All our phone lines are down.
It's Killadyne. They've jammed our cell phones, too.
Let's go. Gotta get Maggie to the hospital.
Here, Dr. Zond.
Maggie, we're getting out of here. We're gonna find you some help.
I've been watching this thing for hours. It's opportunistic and it takes no prisoners. You can't move me now. It would just help it spread.
Well, we'll get you to the best doctors. They'll know what to do.
I'm gonna stay right here where it's contained until we can figure something out.
They said they were drowned.
It's gotta be her.
This is Solomon.
Can we finish our conversation now?
When someone up and disappears from my office, I usually assume that the conversation is over.
I knew you'd go straight back to save your friend. Commendable, but predictable. If I were you, I'd make sure that airlock stays tight. She doesn't look too good.
They're watching us.
It could be anywhere.
You're totally cut off, Dr. Zahn. We control all your communications now.
They're in the system trying to shut us down.
We'll try and keep them out.
The situation between us can escalate and get ugly. Very ugly. Or we can come to some reasonable compromise.
Yeah, or I could walk out of here and go straight to the police.
Your friend's life is at stake. And so is the risk of an outbreak if I have to send my team in there in a hurry to recover what's rightfully mine.
You wouldn't do that.
I have complete faith in the Caladyne research team to come up with an antivirus in due time. But unfortunately, there would be a lot of death on your conscience before then.
My conscience? You want me to hand over an ancient virus so you can bioterrorize the world and make a buck?
We're not monsters, Dr. Zond. Caladyne is all about helping people. Like your friend Maggie. We operate the #1 immune disease hospital in the world. Let's get her taken care of, and then I'm sure we could come to some mutually beneficial arrangement.
Well, the last one didn't work out so well.
It's a brand new world as of 2 hours ago. Let's discuss what you might need to make this happen. Cooperation is the only thing that'll save her, Dr. Zond.
Give me a minute. Can we get a message out?
They've hacked in so they can read what we send.
We can't even contact the police. Killadyne will be monitoring their dispatch. They'll hit us before the cops get here.
How long do you think Maggie can last?
Why? What are you thinking?
Maggie said that the ashes in that pit were no more than 2 years old.
There must have been an outbreak 2 years ago. If we can find a survivor...
Then he or she would have immunity.
We could extract their blood, deliver it straight to the CDC, and an antivirus could be formulated, bypassing Caladyne completely.
Exactly.
And if there wasn't a survivor?
We don't have a choice. I'm not gonna let it go down without a fight.
Then we gotta get someone to Peru, find that person. Nico and Calvin, they've got the jet, right?
That's a long shot.
That's the only one we've got.
Oh, how do we get a message to them without Caladyne finding out?
Well, Calvin and I deciphered a lot of ancient languages. Some of them we still haven't published.
Do it.
I've just arrived. Are they cut off yet?
I see you coming in. Almost there. We're working on it.
A-team online.
We're gonna shut them down or not?
Just a few more seconds.
We have visual. Room position secured.
As soon as they get there, tell them to find a man named Rico Guevara. He'll take them through the village to the right people, hopefully.
Damn it.
Easy, easy. Look, you can do this. Come on.
Come on. We're through the firewall.
Okay.
I'm shutting down their server. We're gonna freeze their entire system. Excellent. Here we go.
Good job.
Okay.
I think you better see this.
What is it?
It's the last transmission from Zahn's computer.
So are they shut down?
They are now, but this got out.
What does it say?
It's coded something. This is the email address it was sent to.
I want to know who this is and where they are right now.
Come on, let's get your stuff. We're leaving.
Well, what about the hotel, man? What about
It's been taken care of. Jet leaves in 20 minutes. We're going to Peru.
What's wrong? Is it bad?
Real bad. Let's go.
This is a very dangerous thing for me to do. I take a great risk. A man who risks his life is worth a lot of money, and they do not like dealing with outsiders.
But a quarter of your fee now. A quarter of your fee when you put us in contact with the villagers. The more you deliver, the more you make. That's it.
Half up front. That's my policy. You have to remember, I have to find the money.
Hey, how about this? To start, nothing. When we get to the village, nothing. When you produce an outbreak survivor, we'll double your original asking price.
You got a deal, but she is well protected. I will arrange for the trip to meet the
All right. See, that's why Vanessa likes me more.
Right. I mean, really, what woman wouldn't find a busboy irresistible?
Well, I guess it's the apron.
No, he wants me to take him to the village where we found the can. He wants to find the survivor of the last outbreak.
Hassan's got his kid in Peru. He's trying to come up with the cure on his own. The locals seem to trust him. We might as well let them lead us to it. With the mummy and the blood of a survivor in our possession, we'll have everything we need. Go ahead. Take them to this village.
What about the boy and his friend?
We'll grab them when they get back to New York.
How you doing?
I don't know what's going on, but this virus expands your abilities somehow. And it's making me smarter. I just cataloged all the data from the mummy bundle. How long would that usually take? A week? With a team of 5 people? I've just done it in 3 hours. Ironic, isn't it? I've got something inside me that's turning me into a genius. And then it's gonna kill me.
Maggie, you're not gonna die. I won't let that happen.
Even if Nico and Calvin come back with a blood sample, the chances of developing an antivirus in time aren't good.
I'm getting tired of hearing that.
Solomon, you know, I think you're an amazing man. And you're a little bit crazy. And you're a fighter. But every now and then, something's gonna come along that just might be tougher than you are.
I'm sorry I got you into all of this.
Nobody put a gun to my head to work here. Let's do everything we can to kick this thing's ass. And kick it good. But if I lose this one, there's not half those that are left behind to beat themselves up over something they couldn't control.
Well, I accept the kick-ass part, but I refuse to listen to the rest.
That's what I love about you. You're so damn predictable.
There is a sole survivor. They call her the Angel. All we need is a vial of blood. Then we will be out of your hair for good. You can go back to your war or your drug running or whatever it is that you need AK-47s for.
We're not terrorists or drug dealers. We're protectors of our people, of all people. It is our duty and our legacy to keep the power of the Khan out of the wrong hands.
So why are you trying to stop us? We're trying to save someone's life.
2 years ago, when the Caladyne team uncovered the same mass grave your father found and unleashed an epidemic that swept through 12 villages until there were no people left to kill, including the entire Caladyne team. So that's why we burned the bodies. Even the 3,000-year-old remains. We wanted to get rid of it, but we couldn't find Khan himself. Unless the source is destroyed, it's not over.
It is. If we can develop an antivirus from your angel's blood, we want to help.
Look, we know you have the resources that we do not have. But unless Khan is consumed by flames and the death spores wiped out forever, if we have a deal like that, I will take you to see the angel.
I took the patterns that you cataloged and ran them through the computer. They don't match anything on any database. I'm out of options.
It doesn't matter. I don't need the computer. Khan, medicine man to the king and his people.
You can read that?
In a culture with no written language, he created a way to document everything he did. These are his experiments, his formulas. He bioengineered this virus. It's all here.
She's become a living myth with the villagers, a miracle angel that was spread by God for a higher purpose. There are even some who believe she's over 300 years old. Now she devotes all her time to the healing arts.
She's a doctor?
A curandera, a healer. Hola, señora.
¿Cómo está?
It's okay.
I will take you to her.
Estrella? Are you the angel? Will you help me?
Are you in pain?
No. No, but all my senses are heightened, like my synapses are firing on full blast. It's a really remarkable thing, you know. We should be running tests, monitoring my vitals.
Maggie, you don't have to be brave for me.
Thank you. Solomon, if they get in here, Caladyne, you know what you have to do, right?
Don't even think about that.
We have to think about it. This whole lab and everything that's in here has to
Maggie.
be burned. If we run out of time, it's your only choice. The Maggie you're talking to now won't be here. I'll just be a vessel for the most efficient killer this planet has ever
We've
seen.
got other options.
Stop it!
I don't want you giving up.
Just listen! You may have to kill me. If you don't, there'll be no future for you. Or Nico. Or anyone. You know, you're in my will.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You get my secret chili recipe.
Who gets a Coltrane reference?
My cousin.
Maybe she'll trade.
Khan cannot be studied or preserved. He's not an archaeological treasure. He's death itself. Remember our agreement. You must destroy him.
You have my word?
Good.
Guevara just called. The Zomboy and his babysitter are on the way back from Peru with the blood sample.
What about the survivor?
Under the protection of the villagers. They've got her underground.
That doesn't matter as long as we get the blood.
We're monitoring the jet. They're about 3 hours out.
Move in on Zond. I want to own that location by the time his kid gets back with the sample.
I wish we knew if Nico and Calvin were all right.
They're resourceful young men. We have to protect ourselves now. Sylvie's up the ante. I spotted snipers here, here, and here. They're getting ready to make a move.
You know, when surrounded, the best strategy is to attack.
Did you just make that up?
Yes, I did. Would anybody in their right mind have ever said that? All right, we're here. Where do you figure she is?
Here. Upper floor, corner unit. Unobstructed sightlines to the front and side entrances. All she'll need is a sniper to cover the back. We go through our basement, use the old sewer system, come out here.
How many of them do you think there are?
There won't be a big crew. They don't want to attract attention, but they'll be the best. Heavily armed. They'll make it look like a robbery, take a few things. It'll be over in a matter of minutes.
I don't even want to know how you know this stuff.
No, man, you really don't.
I'm at the grate. I'll be through in 5 minutes.
Maggie?
These are my notes on the antivirus. Solomon has the combination. It's changing now. Something's happening to me.
Maggie! Maggie!
You can't help it now. Come on.
Wait! We can't just leave her here.
We don't have a choice. They're coming. You can keep an eye on everything with that.
Wait.
Get low. They'll be wearing Kevlar. Aim for the head.
Vincent, I
They're
can't...
not coming here to take prisoners. Stay down.
Where are you going?
Down!
They had an ambulance waiting for them on the tarmac. Should we intercept?
No, not in public. We don't want to take any chances with that blood sample. Just secure the headquarters and we'll grab them when they walk in.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Wow, I love what you've done with the place. Nice.
I can't really imagine that you've come to your senses, so why did you decide to drop by?
There's no reason to go to all this trouble. All this spying, people in the bushes, guns. All you really want is the virus, right?
I love a man with a firm grasp of the obvious.
Here it is. Spores of the most virulent microbe on Earth. Our research estimates death 24 to 48 hours after exposure. It's airborne. We've all got it now.
seem very calm for a man who basically just committed suicide.
When you consider your only other alternative is getting murdered, you find inner peace fairly quickly.
That, and knowing that your son is on his way from Peru with the antivirus. There's not too much I don't know right now. In fact, I'm betting it's in my hands before yours.
When you throw down, you really throw down. But I wouldn't be so sure it's gonna play out that way. And if you don't get your hands on that blood sample, you're dead. Now, are you guys willing to let her take that chance for you, huh?
Wait, just a little bit longer until Nico and Cal get back, okay? Come on! You figured out the formulas. You can...
Don't try to keep me talking. It's over.
No, you can't do this. Can't...
We're in. No resistance so far.
Good. Get the mummy and wait for Dr. Zan's son to return with the blood. You chose the wrong side, Dr. Zan.
They didn't stop here. They went straight through to Lenox Hill Hospital. That's my boy. No, you chose the wrong side, lady.
Stop them.
Are you sure you want to play it like that? I mean, if I know my son, he won't give up without a fight. That blood could end up all over the street. Listen to me. You call off your men, and you'll get the antivirus. It's life or death. Ms. Giscard, very few people ever get to pick.
We have a no-go. Abort. Abort immediately.
Dr. Bryce Shallow, CDC. I came up from Atlanta after we spoke.
That's one hell of a house call. Hey, you're gonna want this.
Stay away from me! I'm not gonna let you die! Stay away from me!
No! Maggie, wait! Maggie! Nico and Cal made it. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. It's all right. It's all right. Hello, Sylvie. It's Solomon.
Have you got the antivirus?
CDC's working on it right now. It's going to do wonders for my colleague. But unfortunately, it does nothing for anyone who's been exposed to dermatophagoides farinae.
What?
House dust, Ms. Giscard. It's called a bluff.
You son of a...
You're under arrest.
Next time on Veritas the Quest.
Can you translate it?
I can. Yeah.